Imagine tossing all your valuables into a magical, invisible vault that floats above you, guarded by an unknown team of wizards, and hoping that none of those wizards take a nap or leave the door open. That, my friends, is essentially cloud storage security. While the cloud may seem ethereal and safe, the reality is that a misstep in security can turn your precious data into a piñata for cybercriminals. So, is your data safe in the cloud? Or is it just waiting for the next hacker fiesta? Let's dive in. The evolution of cloud security in 2024. Cloud security has evolved rapidly in recent years, and 2024 is no exception. With more businesses and individuals relying on cloud storage, the focus on securing these environments has never been greater. According to the Cloud Security Alliance's 2024 Top Threats to Cloud Computing report, traditional concerns like shared technology vulnerabilities have taken a back seat, while issues like misconfigurations and weaknesses in identity and access management have emerged as the most significant challenges facing cloud users today. Misconfigurations, such as improperly set access controls, remain one of the top threats. This often occurs when companies fail to correctly set the security parameters for cloud services, leaving them vulnerable to unauthorized access. An improperly configured cloud system is like leaving your car unlocked in a busy parking lot. Eventually, someone is bound to try the door. Multi-cloud and software as a service adoption, adding complexity. The widespread adoption of multi-cloud and software as a service strategies has further complicated cloud security. According to a 2024 study by Thales Group, the average number of cloud providers per enterprise has decreased slightly to around 2, but SaaS adoption continues to rise, with over 60% of companies using more than 25 software as a service applications. While having multiple cloud providers offers redundancy and flexibility, it also adds complexity to security management, making it more challenging for businesses to maintain visibility and control over their data. Each additional cloud platform requires tailored security protocols, and managing them all can become overwhelming, much like trying to juggle multiple spinning plates at once. Securing data in a multi-cloud setup becomes even more difficult because each cloud provider may have different security controls and standards. This inconsistency can lead to gaps in protection and open the door for potential vulnerabilities. Data breaches, a persistent threat. Data breaches remain a constant challenge in cloud security. The Thales Group's 2024 report reveals that 44% of organizations have experienced a cloud data breach, with 14% of those breaches occurring in the past year alone. The leading cause of these breaches often comes down to human error. Mistakes such as failing to set up multi-factor authentication or using weak passwords are common culprits. These simple errors can leave doors wide open for attackers to access sensitive information. In addition to human errors, the growing sophistication of attackers means cloud management infrastructures are increasingly being targeted. Attackers are focusing on cloud management systems that are used to control access to the cloud environment. Once these systems are compromised, cybercriminals can effectively disable monitoring tools, allowing them to move undetected within the cloud network. Top cloud security threats. The CESA's report on top threats to cloud computing in 2024 highlights a variety of threats, both new and recurring. The most concerning of these are misconfigurations, insecure application programming interface, and inadequate IAM practices. Application programming interface are the interfaces that allow different software components to communicate. However, if they are not adequately secured, they can serve as entry points for cyber attackers. Application programming interface are like open windows into your cloud environment. If they aren't locked down, anyone could gain access. Identity and access management, which involves managing who has access to what data and under what conditions, also remains a key weakness. Effective identity and access management requires that only authorized individuals have access to certain data. But this is easier said than done. Many organizations struggle to enforce strict identity and access management protocols, leading to unauthorized individuals accessing sensitive information. Model data poisoning and AI security concerns. The integration of machine learning and AI platforms in cloud environments has introduced new threats like model data poisoning. In these attacks, a malicious actor corrupts the training data used by machine learning models, leading the AI to produce inaccurate or misleading results. This issue is critical because AI models are often relied upon for decision-making processes. Feeding incorrect data to these models is like providing false blueprints to a construction crew. It can lead to disastrous outcomes. The risks associated with AI platforms are not limited to model data poisoning. Unauthorized access to AI model code and denial of service attacks are also significant concerns. Misconfigurations that expose the underlying code of AI models can allow attackers to manipulate the code, potentially leading to theft of proprietary algorithms or other malicious activities. The human factor in cloud security. Human behavior remains a major weak link in cloud security, with misconfigurations, carelessness, and lack of training often leading to breaches. A CloudWards report found that 82% of Amazon Web Services SageMaker users had internet-exposed notebooks, primarily due to configuration errors. Despite advancements in cloud technology, human actions haven't kept pace, emphasizing the need for training. Organizations must educate employees on strong passwords, multi-factor authentication, and phishing risks. In 2023, the U.S. reported over 298,000 phishing incidents, often involving attackers impersonating cloud providers, highlighting the importance of awareness programs. Encryption, the untapped superpower. Encryption is a critical defense mechanism for securing data in the cloud, yet many organizations fail to use it effectively. The Thales Group's 2024 study shows that fewer than 10% of enterprises encrypt more than 80% of their sensitive cloud data. This means that the majority of sensitive information stored in the cloud remains vulnerable to interception and theft. Encryption ensures that even if unauthorized individuals gain access to the data, they cannot read it without the decryption key, like keeping your diary in a secret code that only you understand. The adoption of encryption remains low despite its obvious benefits, possibly due to misconceptions about the complexity of encryption technologies, or because businesses are hesitant to invest in newer, cloud-native security tools. However, organizations must overcome this reluctance and make encryption a standard part of their cloud security strategy. Cloud management infrastructure and cyberattacks. Cloud management infrastructure, which handles the overall governance and control of cloud services, has become a primary target for attackers. Compromising cloud management systems allows cybercriminals to navigate cloud environments without detection, disable security monitoring, and potentially gain control over sensitive information. This risk is amplified by the increasing use of cloud resources across different business functions, leading to a growing attack surface that is harder to protect. In 2024, security experts emphasized the importance of monitoring tools that can help detect unauthorized access and other suspicious activities in cloud management infrastructure. Automated tools and services that alert administrators to unusual activity are invaluable for staying one step ahead of cyber threats. Supply chain risks and third-party dependencies. Supply chain risks have emerged as another major concern in cloud security. These occur when attackers target vulnerabilities in third-party services that organizations rely on, such as software dependencies or external service providers. Notable incidents involving companies like Okta have highlighted the dangers of not properly securing third-party integrations. In these cases, attackers manage to exploit poor security practices within a third-party vendor to gain access to sensitive data. To mitigate supply chain risks, companies must establish strict guidelines for working with third-party providers. This includes regularly rotating credentials, encrypting all sensitive communication, and conducting periodic security assessments of third-party systems. Staying safe in the cloud, best practices. To secure data in the cloud, organizations must adopt a combination of technologies and best practices. Strong identity and access management protocols are essential. The principle of least privilege, Only granting access to those who absolutely need it should be enforced to limit exposure. Multi-factor authentication should also be enabled to provide an additional layer of security in case credentials are compromised. Encryption is crucial for data protection. Data should be encrypted both at rest when stored on cloud servers and in transit when moving between systems. Cloud service providers often offer encryption services, but it's up to the organization to implement them properly and ensure they are used consistently across all data types. Monitoring and auditing tools are vital for maintaining cloud security. Continuous monitoring helps detect and respond to unusual activity, while logging provides insights into who accessed data, when, and how. Automated systems that generate alerts can help identify potential threats before they become full-blown security incidents. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Let me know in the comments what topics you'd like us to explore next.